Hi, hello everybody. Okay, a little bit early, but I was backstage with Allie, and she's really having some trouble. Allie, also Alice at Heart and Soul Connected. Um, I don't know if it's from the storms or what, but her internet is really struggling, and in the end, it was just freezing so much. So what we decided to do, I've talked to her backstage, and so we're going to go ahead. Hi, Annie Bear. Hi, Diane G. I'm going to just hang loose over here for a little while, but basically, I'm going to do the show that we talked about. Hi, Lottie B. And I'm just going to go ahead and post it over here. Again, Allie is so frustrated. We were really trying to make it work backstage, and it was pretty clear that it wasn't going to function. So, hi, Melon. How you doing today? You gotta love the internet. Yeah, it's magic when it works. It's something else whenever it doesn't, and it's beyond frustrating when it does not. Primarily today, what I was originally thinking of doing was doing some energy balancing. But from what Allie was saying, and it's probably going to be a lot of her own audience as well, is that there's a lot of stress and distress that's going on right now. And so there is, as I was saying too, there's a lot of congestion. If you're on my channel, the Stop the Stress video that I created does help definitely with clearing the issues from the meridians. So there's a lot of congestion that's going on. So we've got a lot of confusion and a lot of trouble. One thing I am going to say is hello to everybody. Sorry, this could not be hosted on Allie's today. However, any of the energy that I do today is going to be timeless on any of the replays. So you can always come back. Oh, thank you so much, Annie Bear. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I created one and I posted it on my channel. It's called Stop the Stress. And I created it specifically for the holidays because we all like to eat treats around the holidays. And so, sure. And so it's part of why I created that. And Malin, this is one of the things that Allie was also discussing about. The energy itself is a bit off right now, especially for certain people. So some of it can be because we're going through a lot of changes with Mother Earth herself. And so me, I actually feel pretty good. My own energy is pretty solid, but that's just it. I'm going to be helping people too. We have not done the bubble technique in a long time. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Yeah, as Annie Bear's saying, I think like we're being cloaked. A lot of it depends on being aware of what's happening, and you need to stay present to what's actually happening for you. Sometimes what we're hearing and we're encountering or we're expressing may not be the real truth. This is, hi Randy. Thanks for catching up over here. So that's part of why I wanted to do the bubble technique today. The other thing that Allie had expressed as well is like everybody that's talking about, I'm feeling really low. We're going to go through some activations that I'm going to be doing that will be an alchemization of the different dimensions. And so we're going to be actually bringing you up from a lower frequency and pulling it up into a higher frequency so that we can shed some of this low energy and just feeling like we've got the stuffings knocked out of us. Sometimes that can happen. Diane G, I've been having migraines in the past few days. Grounding relieves it for me. That's wonderful. Sometimes with the higher frequencies, we've got, if you look at like the Schumann resonance right now, you can see that there's a lot of stuff. And I suspect that that may be what has impacted Allie's internet right now, because we have a lot of energy that is coming off the sun itself and it's streaming out. And Yeah, like this, my legs are aching a lot. So sometimes the higher energy can show up as ringing as the ears. It can show up as dizziness, vertigo. It can also show up as sometimes, well, it's like the other night. I had an upgrade that gave me instant nausea. And I was like, okay, no, thank you. I don't appreciate that. Grounded that off pretty quick. Was in a strange bed for 2 days. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Sometimes that can affect your back. Great. Okay, well, I'm going to start off with a harmonization just to kind of get everybody energetically on the same page. You had vertigo. Yeah, the nausea that I had the other night, that was kind of the same thing. It was a vertigo thing, and it was, yeah, I was looking at my UFOs in the sky. I think they maybe got a little too overeager with whatever it was they were trying to communicate truthfully. So we're going to start off with some light coding, and then I'll walk you through the rest. Okay? Tihe ori ora mahaka watahi iti ingawa to iri to otawana wayu tapu kita iti ingawa tafanui trani kitao wayu tapu kita iti ingawa tafaya tama tu it tama wayu tapu kita tihe ori ora. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's like this. I saw so much in the skies. I know, right? I actually quit looking because there was so much that was happening. It's like, okay, I don't want to know anymore. Whew. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, though, because I have been feeling into everybody's energy fields, and there is a ton of congestion on it, meaning that our meridians, in case you haven't encountered me before, back in 2003, I learned how to do hands-on Shiatsu for horse and rider. And what that does is that balances the meridians for the horse and the rider. When you do that and you bring the energy body into balance for an animal or the people, then the rest of it comes into alignment. A lot of the dis-eases that will show up as issues, like lameness issues, digestive issues, emotional trouble sometimes. People can't relax, they're anxious. Hi, Gypsy JJ. It will show up. It's kind of a chicken and egg effect. And I have been feeling a lot of congestion on people. So as I'm doing a bubble technique, normally I just walk us through the bubble technique so that you can experience your own energy flow. Today, I'm actually going to combine the meridian balancing with the bubble technique, just to kind of help speed it up a little bit, because I do want to do the activation that also brings us up. So long and short, if you are sensitive to energy, you may feel me moving around your body as I do this. And so it's going to be okay. Just wanted to give you a heads up. If you do not feel anything at all, don't worry about it, because it's still doing what it needs to do. The energy knows what it needs to do. And so it's going to be happening no matter what. But for those that are feeling low or depressed, they're having struggles with the outer world, things are just really picking on you right now, we're going to do the bubble technique. If you can, try to recenter yourself and do this multiple times a day to get yourself up into this higher frequency. It's going to be a relief, a bit of a breathing space, a little bit of a lull. So what you need to do is just look up towards the ceiling or towards your third eye, and then just gently close your eyelids. Now imagine a light coming from above. It can be whatever color it wants to be, and it's going to reach the top of your head and bathe through the top of your head, your forehead, down your face, all around the eyes, your ears, your nose and sinus cavities, all around through your teeth, your jaw, your tongue, your throat. Sometimes as light workers, we feel like we can't speak up. And in fact, there's somebody here that does have that. We're just going to clear that. You always have the choice to speak your truth if you would so choose. You can keep it sacred to yourself. You don't have to share it with everybody. on the back of your neck, and we're allowing this colored light to come down through your neck and your throat and into the tops of your shoulders. Beautiful. Off the top of the shoulders, shoulder blades, down your arms, to the elbows. Turn up the volume of the light that's coming from above. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. Down through the elbows, the forearms, through both wrists, bathing all around the hands and the fingertips, and allow that light to go out towards Mother Earth. Gorgeous. I'm going to add a little bit of extra diamond white light to the palms of the hands, the fingertips. Anybody that may have skin issues, dazzling white light all around the inner wrists. And we're going to dance that light all the way back up the inner arms. Beautiful. Now imagine that same colored light, and it's going to cascade into the top of your shoulders, through your clavicles, and into your chest space. All around the lungs, the heart. There is a gap that sits between the heart and the lungs itself. Imagine turning up the volume of this light. Just going to fill up that darkness with this light. Beautiful. There we go. And power wash through the lungs, the heart itself. That feels much better. All through the chest space. Allow it to go down through the diaphragm and into your tummy. Humans tend to hold a lot of stagnant energy in our tummy areas. So let's just make sure that we power hose all the way through that. Power wash it all the way down, 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 down towards Mother Earth. Allow the same light to cascade down your spine. Power washing everything nice. Just melting all the way down the back, feeling it release. Releasing from under the shoulder blades, the shoulders themselves. Sometimes we shove our anxieties underneath, just kind of like shoving things under the carpet. Humans will tend to shoulder things of the world, and it's not ours. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Great. And imagine the same light is now powering through your hips, washing things away, going down through the thighs, your knees, calves, beautiful shins, ankles, power washing through your feet and into Mother Earth. Now keep the same light going from above. Mother Earth is going to offer you another color. She's going to come from underneath. It can be the same color or it can be a different color. Allow this color to bubble up through your feet, through your ankles, your calves, your knees, bathing all around the knees, behind the calves, behind the knees, bubbling up through the thighs, hips, beautiful. Bubbling up through the abdomen, your lower back, up into the rib cage, through the diaphragm. Now both of these lights are going to meet in your heart space to form a bubble. Beautiful. Push this bubble all the way out and around your body. Allow it to go to whatever size around you that it wants to be. It could be close in like 3 feet, 5 feet, maybe 10 feet. You'll feel it snick into place when it's comfortable for you. The only thing in this space is you and the light coming from above and the light coming from below. Anytime that you get knocked off balance, you need to come back and reset this bubble. Now, if you are a person that is an empathic person, meaning that sometimes you feel way further out into the energy fields and you can accidentally take on other people's energies. What you can do is you can imagine another colored bubble around the first bubble. And then if you need yet another bubble, you can put another color around so that you actually have 3 shells all the way around you. And you can set the intent that only energy that is your highest good can come through that bubble. Great. Okay, everybody. Now we're gonna do one of Randy's favorite things. We're gonna bring in some extra technologies, and we're gonna probably make people a little bit dizzy here. But the other thing, hi Judy Kindlin, hi Karen. The other thing that's going on right now is we're kind of in a soup of energy, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use alchemy. That's an activation that we're gonna use here that will alchemize the energies. Now that we've got our beautiful bubble, we want that to extend out and around us. If you feel dizzy, you can imagine yourself in Mother Earth. Imagine hugging a tree. So, what I'm going to do is imagine yourself in Mother Earth. You can pretend that you're going for a walk in the woods. You can hang out at the base of your favorite tree, go for a walk in an alpine meadow, or a walk along the beach. Let me get my energy set up here. It's just going to take me just a second here. And again, if you feel dizzy, you can pause this at any time and just imagine Mother Earth rising up to hug you. Or you can imagine hugging a dog or a horse or a cow or a puppy, anything to help you feel more grounded in Mother Earth. Sometimes it'll make you dizzy as we go up into the different realms, but you'll get more used to it the more you do this. Okay, I've got my energy set. So here we go. Alchemy of the first dimension. Whoa. Sometimes in these lower dimensions, the first, second's usually the problem. We will have attachments. These will be the entities. So as we go up, they just naturally peel right off because they can't go into the higher dimensions, which is why we're focused on going higher up. Alchemy of the second dimension. Feeling angry for no reason will cause that to happen from attachments from the second dimension especially. Fear is another trigger. Fear is stimulating. So sometimes we will focus on things that we are afraid of, and it's not in our best interest. Those are 2D manipulations usually. Alchemy of the third dimension. Just keep imagining yourself in your favorite Mother Earth setting. She's got you. You are safe. Alchemy of the fourth dimension. Fourth dimension is where we are held in heaven and hell. Polarity, any duality. Them versus us, up versus down. Alchemy of the fourth dimension gets us into the fifth dimension. It collapses the duality. Okay, I'm actually hearing we're going to go higher up. So at any point that you don't want to go any higher than the fifth dimension, just hang out on Mother Earth and wait for us. You're doing great, everybody. Alchemy in the 6th dimension. Alchemy in the 7th dimension, which brings us up into the 8th dimension, which is where the Ascended Masters reside. So this will open you up to encounters from the Ascended Masters. Jesus, Saint Germain, Kuan Yin. Okay, I'm going to take you up through just a couple more layers. If you feel like you need to tap out, just wait for us in Mother Earth. Alchemy, the 8th dimension. Alchemy, the 9th dimension. And this is where we're going to stop for today. This brings us up into the 10th dimension. And this is where I see light flashes, orbs, colored lights, different patterns throughout the day. So these are 10th dimensional beings. They're interdimensional beings. But it's a different frequency. And yeah, this is where I'm hearing that we will stop today. When you're ready, ground yourself back into Mother Earth. Imagine hugging a tree. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. And come back on in. Beautiful. Beautiful. Was that high enough for you, Randy? Excuse me. Woo, that was a nice move of energy there. Lungs are connected to grief and coughing. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and get myself a drink of water. If you've done any coughing, sneezing, burping, yawning, crying is another one. Get yourself a drink of water, because a lot of times that's been a toxin dumped into your bloodstream. So the water will help to flush it out. I'm going to get the water because a lot of times the energy will come through me in order to get it flow and released back out. Whew, that was a lot of energy work. Welcome back, everybody. You are so welcome. The flashes, yes. They're different colored flashes that are, and those are 10th dimensional beings. They look like disco lights, and there is no potential light source coming from outside. Sometimes they'll look like strobes or like sometimes even car light head beams, but they are 10th dimensional beings that are coming through. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. They don't seem to have a gender per se. I'm sure if they do have a gender that you'll be able to sense if they're a male or a female. They don't seem to be quite as hung up, at least the ones that I've seen. They're more interested in meeting me as a being than they are in identifying something. And yeah, absolutely. They love laughter. And that's the other thing that you can do very quickly to get yourself up and out of any of the low frequencies. Find yourself a silly video to laugh, because the laughter will bring you up and out much, much, much faster. Yep. Oops. Wrong one. Your new favorite. Wondered about the flashing. Yeah, that's what that is. And like I said, if you went along for the ride that we just did and you've been interested in connecting with the Ascended Masters, they're found in the 8th level. And so a lot of times whenever you are doing contemplative prayer, you could be taking a walk in nature, you could be doing your meditations, your yogas, etc. They can come forward. A lot of times what's going to happen is you'll be going about your day minding your own business and they'll pop in. Sometimes colors are associated, like the color violet flame is connected to Saint Germain specifically. If you have like a lighter color blue, usually that's connected to Mother Mary. Darker color blue can be connected to Jesus, or Ananda is another name for him. But that's just it. There's a whole bunch of different, and the Ascended Masters embody different values. Like Kuan Yin, for example, she'll come forward if you are embracing the compassion piece. Same thing with Mother Mary. She's going to be, if you are in need of love and nurturing, she'll come through. So those are found on the 8th level. We did go much, much higher up. Beautiful, Judy. And the reason why is because we needed to clear some of the entities that are light, but they are not quite as high up as what we want to go. Had a pink dragon. That is gorgeous. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yay. Yeah, change is good. Change is fun. as we dash about in the soup. Okay. Well, since I had intended to do primarily some meridian clearing, as I said, I combined some meridian clearing with the bubble technique that I did earlier today. But if you have anything specific that you want me to go over with your pups or people, if you still have any kind of a headache situation going on, etc., just pop it in the comments section for me, and I'll go ahead and clear off or send some extra energy to that as well. Together, sometimes, Judy, sometimes together we grow or fly. But there's sometimes whenever we do some solo upgrades where we're really, really flying, and it can come in. Can I heal? I don't understand crazy tea. Oh, can I heal the crazy? It depends on what kind of crazy you're dealing with. Are you looking at harmonizing your environment? Crazy can be caused by a couple of different things. Sometimes crazy is great, so we don't want to quote unquote fix a crazy. Oh, absolutely, Karen. The anxiety overwhelm. To begin with, grounding is your first port of call, and then secondly, while you're doing that bubble technique, and what I can do is I can go back through and I can timestamp the techniques that we've done today, so that you can come back and redo those. By grounding yourself back in your body and by doing that bubble technique, you're allowing your soul to come back further into your body and to anchor into Mother Earth. And especially by having the energy come up from Mother Earth at the same time, so that you've got both of those channels going at the same time, it will help to ground you and will help to feel much safer in the world and a lot calmer. We'll play this again when you do. Wonderful. Yeah, vodka only gets you so far. Unfortunately, if you do too much of that, it's a stimulant at a certain point, which is kind of stinky because, it's like, well, I'm supposed to be mellow here, but yeah, it actually goes the opposite direction. It's kind of like, I've seen it before with, what is it called? Benadryl. I've seen some unfortunate souls that have given their children Benadryl for allergy issues, and the next thing they know, the kid's bouncing off the walls. So. The other thing is any of the, like the bubble technique and things like that, if you're concerned about your environment, you can do that. You can also, this month, I just love, I'm going to post it in here. It is the Solfeggio tone 963 Hertz is the frequency for this month. If I can spell frequency. And you can put that in to like a YouTube search. The important thing with it is because it will come back with all kinds of different frequency music. Um, you need to play it just a little bit and find out for yourself if that resonates with you. Sometimes the music will resonate with you, and then sometimes it's like, bleh. It's like, stop it. Don't force yourself to listen to that. Go back. Solfeggios do not need headphones. You're thinking binaural beats, which are amazing. Binaural beats needs the headphones, but solfeggios do not. So that 963 will not need it. Yeah, solfeggios. And let me think, what else? Yeah, oh, beautiful. Annie Bear saying that Apple actually has something specific. Yeah, the other thing that I was going to recommend is if you need calming, you can look for kitty cats. I think it's called Happy Cat Purring on YouTube. Just a second, Annie Bear, and I'll explain to it. And then lastly is with like the 963 or the other Hertz music, I like to put in things like the whale sounds or the dolphin sounds. Those three things, the cat purring, dolphin sounds, and whale sounds, they also contain specific frequencies that can help you in your ascension process to help pull you up and out of lower gunky energies that you may be encountering. Now, specifically, there is a channel that I have come across because I know Utica just loves this. I think it's called The Power of You, and it is binaural beats. And I'm going to explain what binaural beats are. The human ear can only hear a certain range of frequency. Okay, kind of like whenever we look and we can only see certain colors of the rainbow. We can only see a small spectrum. With the binaural beats, what happens is you can have two different tones that come in on your headphones, and you are going to need headphones for this. They're going to have a carrier wave on the left ear. They will have a carrier wave on the right ear. What happens is by putting your headphones on, it will set up a tone in the center of your skull and your head, and it will create a completely different tone. If you listen to the Power of You channel, they've got a whole bunch of different ones in there that are different binaural beats. Some may be the gamma, some may be the thetas. And so it's just something that you can play around with to help you get different tones. If you're in an alpha state, it will help you to be more focused on, say you're doing homework or you're writing or doing some creative endeavor. You can definitely use binaural beats to get the energy flow going on that. Kitty cat purrs. Kitty cat purrs are very helpful because kitty cat purrs will mechanically help you to heal. Like, for example, if you've got a kitty cat and you're feeling under the weather with something, like you've got a cold or something, or you've just come back because you've broken your leg and you're back from the hospital and they've just set it and everything, a lot of times you'll find your cat will come sit on you and it will set up this purring. The reason why is because there is a resonant frequency in that purr that helps to mechanically heal. So, and that's what I'm saying. If you don't have a cat around that's purring, you can simply, Happy Cat Purring is what I've used for searches on YouTube to find that. And then I just put it on a loop. Randy, my pup's ears can't hear my tone. As a retired dog groomer, I will say that dogs have the ability to turn off their oral ear connection, the nerve that is in the ear. So when I used to say that the dogs were doing brainless barking, I literally meant that. Their brain could not hear what they were doing. And they would bark because it gave them a dopamine rush. So you get to sit there and hear the concussion from the dog. All they're doing is getting a dopamine rush from it, but they literally cannot hear it. The other thing that I'm going to let you know too is if she's reaching a stage where she is becoming more deaf, you can absolutely keep a leash on her so that she knows that you're there. Um, I just let them drag the leash, truthfully. But keep talking to her. I had a lot of people in my early days of dog grooming where they wouldn't talk around their dog because they're like, but they're deaf. They can't hear me. Your body still registers concussions. So when you're speaking, the body will still hit that vibrational point. It's important for you to continue talking because not only are they getting the resonance from your voice, they know you're still there, but it is also a way for you to focus on, because whenever you are speaking to somebody, it's not just your mouth that's doing it. Your brain is focusing on the impressions, your intents, and also your own mental imagery is going out into the ethernet, for lack of another term. And they're able to pick up on that. Animals are very telepathic whenever they're doing that. Hi, Gray. I saw you sneak in. Well, I am sorry because, again, I was supposed to be on Allie's show today. We were supposed to do this on hers. But right now, things are really messed up with her internet. And so she kept freezing so hard. We were concerned that it simply was going to glitch out, even though I could hear her. Apparently my side was also freezing on hers. And so it was one of those start, stop things. I mean, we really thought we were going to do this on Heart and Soul Connected. So sorry. Oh, and Annie Bear, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to be posting a link underneath there, and you can also find it at the About Me, but debbiediment.com now redirects to my shop. And so any of the energy healing that I do on here, I have those available as MP3s on my shop. So you can find those if you go directly to that link to debbiediment.com, you'll be able to find those. And then what I recommend is go ahead and download it to your computer, and then you can sync that to your any of your playing devices then. So like your phones or what have you. Is YouTube knocking anybody else off? I missed the Sunday birth signs. Yeah, Judy, definitely keep looking to see if sometimes YouTube will do this weird thing where they do like a shakeout. Some people say it's because whenever they add like over 100 different subscriptions, and I'm just repeating what I've heard. If you add over 100 different subscriptions, then it can knock some of your other ones off. Other people are saying that whenever they do, sometimes if they're like on their phone or something, if they're playing the videos, that they might not get the notifications at the same time. So we're going to scroll, see what happens down here. Yeah, that's just it. And that especially, the Power of You has been one that I've really enjoyed. If you want for just like to create a morphic field, I think it's called Dream Seeds. Sapien Medicine is one that he's been around for a really long time. And so it'll any of Sapien Medicines is really good. Dream Seeds is Sapien as well. How do you put it on a loop? If you're on a computer, what you do is you put your mouse into the middle of the video, hit Control, and then tap on the mouse pad or the left click. There should be a drop-down menu that shows up that should say to loop it. She isn't deaf, she's defiant. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Gonna connect to, beautiful. Could use some, really, okay. Great. You probably came in a little bit late, but today what I did is I did put us all energetically on the same page. And then I also walked through the bubble technique. And lastly, what I did was I took us all the way from alchemization of the first dimension, and we went all the way up so that we are in the 10th dimension today. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, universe put her in rest mode. Beautiful. Eyes are a bit just now. Could use. Sure. Gray, I'm actually going to go ahead and reach out and work on your eyes, but also I'm getting the base of your skull. So if you feel like pressure or something on the base of your skull, it's going to be me here for just a second. Yeah, actually, I can feel a lot in there. So just sit quiet for just a second here. Anybody that has eye issues, like you've been looking at the computer screens too much, it's just it, like Randy's saying. If you've got anything like that, go ahead and hop into this. I'm gonna go quiet for just a second here. Just gonna bring in some extra energy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bleh. Great. I highly suggest that you go back through when we do the replay on this and that you listen to the replay, especially the alchemizations. There is a lot of lower entities that attach to our energy fields because they parasite off of our energy. And so there's a very good chance that you've got parasite Klingons. It's the word that I keep hearing. You've got Klingons on your spine. But what'll happen is as you go up in your frequency, they'll just slide right off. I'm feeling it shift a little bit. So let's just bring in some more energy for your skull, for your brain. Widen that out. And I'm going to do like a flushing activity. Feels like some of your sinuses. Yep, there it goes. So if you feel like a draining, it might make you cough. Just going to see if we can get some of your sinus cavities to work a little bit better here. It felt a little bit stopped up. And sometimes that can put pressure on the underside of the eyeballs. Perfect. Get the tear ducts going. And since that's the beginning of a ting point, I'm just going to run down one of your bladder channels here. Perfect. Down to Mother Earth. Bring it up through the kidney channel. Nice. Free and easy. That's great. Okay, you should feel a lot more balanced now. It is so funny. There you go, Gray. Gray, if you've done any yawning, sneezing, coughing, or passing wind is another one that's always fun. Be sure that you get yourself a drink of water because that will have been energy moving. Basically what happens is you get toxins that get moved into your bloodstream and the water will help you to flush that out. It doesn't have to be drastic, just a good decent six ounces. Gray, if you want to reach out through my debbiediment.com, there's a contact me page if you want. And I can talk with you about that. The important thing right now is just that you will be balancing every single day. Like in the morning I get up and the first thing that I do is I do my energy balancing. And then lastly, whenever I go to bed, that's usually the last thing before I go to bed, I'll do more energy balancing. And I'm making sure that my meridians are free and clear. But a lot of times something just as fast as the more that you walk through the bubble technique, the faster that you will get so that you have the energy coming from above and another light from below. And I do want to mention on that, those light colors from above and below, those can change. Just let it be whatever color it's wanting to be that day. They can be different for your different needs for that day. If you have a color that you really cannot tolerate, you can change it. I've encountered people that have had issues with things from Mother Earth because they're having mother issues. Same thing from above. You can change your languaging. You can call it female if you want. You can call it male if you want, if that's too much. Just allow it to be a color from those directions so that you go into a neutrality and you can accept those. But the more that you do them, the more that you can stay in that bubble so that it is just you and those two higher lights coming in, the more you can maintain that, the better you're going to feel. And it's a maintenance thing. Everybody has to be doing this because for the first few decades of our lives, we have been conditioned to go into those lower frequencies because that is what the lower entities wanted us to do so that they could, again, parasite off of us. So I would absolutely keep coming back to it. Some of it actually, Gray, what happens with this is a lot of it depends on what you've got going on. Like, for example, the activation that I did that went from the first alchemization all the way through the 10th alchemization. When I put those activations out there, those can actually run for days, weeks, even months with their changes. So just keep repeating what I'm getting at right now. I don't know. Some of it may last for a few days. Some of it may just last for an hour. It's like Judy's saying, you just want to put the bubbles on in the morning and then keep in that bubble. And what's going to happen is you're a normal person. So you're going to actually go about your day and you're going to feel pulled off of your center. So when you do that, reset the bubble. The more that you keep resetting that bubble and the more you keep coming back into your center, once you find that center, then it will begin to hold in that higher state. Hope that made sense. Does anybody need some extra energy healing? Since that's what we're doing today. For you or for your pets, I don't care which kind of critter it is. I've worked on all kinds. I've worked on puppies, kitties, horses, people, obviously, birds. Yes, I can work with the fish. I can work with the reptiles, rodents, etc. Actually, with Gray, what it is we were conditioned for the first few decades of our lives to act a certain way or to just be in this soup that is normal life. And so it's going to feel unfamiliar to us to do a bubble technique where we will stand in just energy that is just us and source energy. And yes, it's the same thing. You can use, and that is more of the Lemurian frequency and things that I do with that. But yeah, there are, the Lemurian energies that I have on the MP3. You can absolutely do that. But yeah, the more that you do it, the more familiar you become with what that feels like being in that bubble. And then that can spread out further and further into your environment so that it resets your environment around you. Daisy May. Hi, Utica. Yeah, I'm so sorry, honey. It was one of those things where we were supposed to do it on Allie's, and the internet was just not playing ball with us today. So, okay, where did it go? Judy, I'm working with Daisy May right now. So if anybody's pop is around and wants to hop into this energy, Rosie with Annie Bear, Gretchen, hi baby. I'm just kind of dialing through the meridians for the pups right now, but even people's kitty cats can hop into this because I'll just be flowing over some of the meridians. Ouch, ouch, hang on a second. That's not kosher. Yeah, it's a meridian that's around the shoulder, so that's going to be the stomach meridian. I think somebody was sneaking. I'm hearing cottage cheese. Apparently somebody's cottage cheese was a no-go. Oh, no. Yeah, that was a big sneeze. That's good. Okay, great. That looked like a Shih Tzu. A gray and white Shih Tzu. That's your little culprit. You're grinning pretty good. We'll just go over the meridians right quick. funny. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, you were asking for the protection for the clearing. Sure, sure, sure. Well, thankfully, you're not a Shih Tzu Gray. That was pretty funny. Okay, everybody's critters. We're on the tail. Okay, we're going to go to the other side right quick. They may look out of it. They may look withdrawn as I'm working over the meridians. Sometimes they go really quiet. Sometimes they'll actually fall asleep, which is perfect, especially if you have a hyper puppy. Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, is that what Daisy May is? Is she a gray or a white and she's a white and black Shih Tzu? That's funny. Well, they understood quite quickly that that was what was causing the tummy upset, but that's okay. We got it to gurgle off. There we go. Aw, hi, Gretchen. Who's such a good girl? And actually, with the people, you can also feel this. I'm around the knees right now, too. So if you're sensitive to energy, sometimes you can feel me as I'm working on these down around the ankle on the right-hand side. Yeah, she's a sweetie. Very friendly. Okay, we're going to do just a little around the face. There are 10 points around the eyes, the ears, cheeks. We're going to do just a little bit more around the throat area, just to support whoever it was that felt that they couldn't speak earlier. It's a matter of, knowing that you can speak, but if you don't feel like speaking, that's one thing. But feeling like you really can't speak. And in some scenarios, you really choose safety always. And there are just some really rotten environments, domestically speaking. So there we go. Beautiful. Okay, great. Ah, cool. Dolphins are swimming on my TV screen. Oh, they to me, love them alive. Aren't they amazing? I just love dogs. They embrace life so much. They move a lot of energy with their barks. Perfect. And as I said, that also works for everybody's meridians. It's kind of a universal clearing. But yeah, the puppies were really coming forward. Wonderful. Okay, does anybody need anything else today? And again, I was really sorry that we were going to do it over on Allie's, but I know the feeling. My sister-in-law says she wants to reincarnate as my dog. My pets are usually so spoiled. I've had my hubby's coworker did the same thing. Yeah, she does. Little Miss Bark, you betcha. That's why that's literally why they bark. They're actually moving energy whenever they do that. That's great. Do you have the time to meet after this? Yeah, great. If you want to go to my wdiment.com, there is a contact me page at the top, and you can fill that out. And what that will do is that will send me an email, and we can certainly chat. Sparks a lot. Well, Annie Bear, enjoy your nap. And to everybody, thank you so much for hopping in. Again, really sorry that we had to kind of jump over here and abandon ship with Allie's at Heart and Soul Connected. That was kind of sad, but I'm really hopeful that Allie and other people can listen to the replay. Yeah, hypnicity, I'm explaining is the same thing, and I'm apologizing to everybody. We were supposed to be doing this over on we were supposed to be doing this on Allie's at Heart and Soul Connected, but her internet has just been, I guess she's been really going through it with her internet lately. And so we had to abandon ship on her channel, and I had to emergency create one over here. Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Lottie B. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being in here. Judy and Annie Bear and Hypnicity. Again, I'm going to go back through and I'm going to timestamp so that you can quickly get in there and find the bubble technique. And then also to do the alchemization. If you are in a low energy scenario, you can absolutely use that to get yourself up into that will take you up into 10D, the 10th dimension. And again, don't be surprised if you see different colored light flashes, especially at night. Those will be the 10th dimensional beings that are popping in. And again, the Ascended Masters, those are found on level 8. Those are only 8th dimension. And you are the highest authority on you. When you start off, attempt to go and hang in there for the activation until alchemy to the 5th dimension. So you'll have alchemy of the 4th dimension. Try to get into that 5th dimension because that will help you to shed the lower entities that are creating a whole bunch of angst and anger and lack of joy. The world is dark and depressing and everything like that. Okay, so try to hang in there until the 5th dimension. If you feel dizzy during that activation of any of the alchemies, imagine yourself being held by Mother Earth, or you can imagine yourself hugging a big old teddy bear, or a horse, or a cow, or a dog, or whatever, to help you to get grounded more into Mother Earth, and that will definitely help to combat any of the dizziness on the activation part. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here, and thank you for hopping over. It was, like I said, it was unexpected, but I really appreciate Rush, JJ, Annie Bear, Randy. Thank you all, Judy. Thank you so much for being here today, Gray. I will look forward to your email. If you can contact me through, Annie Bear gave the link, literally just debbiediment.com, and then go to the top of the page. Contact me will be in there, and I will, for everybody that's on my normal channel, I will see you again on Sunday. We will be planning to do another Oracle card read. Great. Have a great rest of the week. Bye.